Okay, this lesson will go over perpendicular lines. Okay, perpendicular lines are lines that intersect at a right angle or 90 degrees, and their slopes are what we call opposite reciprocals. So perpendicular lines are lines that look like this. They cross at a right angle. Okay, so what are opposite reciprocals? Opposite reciprocals are fractions usually that are flipped. For example, their denominator and numerator are flipped and they have opposite signs. So for example, 4/5 and -5/4 are opposite reciprocals. And 3 and -1/3 are opposite reciprocals of each other. So see if you can try. So try these two examples and see if you can write the opposite reciprocal. So for -4/9, you would flip it and it would become 9/4, and it's positive because it has to be the opposite sign. 1/2, you would flip it and it would become -2, and it's the opposite, so it has to be -2. Okay, to determine if two lines are perpendicular given a graph, you first determine the slope of each line, and if the slope of both lines are opposite reciprocals, then they are perpendicular. So we are going to determine the slope of both lines. So for line A, our rise is 1, 2, 3, 4 over run 1. So the slope of line A is 4. Then line B, our rise is 1, and our rise is down 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So our slope is -1/4. So since they're opposite reciprocals, we can say they are perpendicular. Okay, let's try this one. So for line A, the rise is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2, 3. So the slope is 5/3. And then for line B, we are going down 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the slope for line B is -4/5. They have different slopes, so they're not opposite reciprocals, so they're not perpendicular. To determine if two lines are perpendicular given 2 points, we first calculate the slope of each line using the 2 points given. If the slopes are opposite reciprocals, then they're perpendicular. So for line A, when we calculate the slope, we plug it into the slope formula. We get the slope as -18. And when we do the same for line B, we get that it's 1/18. These are opposite reciprocals of each other, so they're perpendicular. And then we're going to calculate the slope of line A, and we get the slope is 9/7. And for line B, we get that the slope is 7/9. But they're both positive. And since they're both positive, they're not opposite reciprocals and they're not perpendicular. If you have any questions, please contact me.